picking up here with problem number 55. 55 and 60 and 65, they want you to find the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line that passes through a point and has a certain slope. So for 55, they tell me it passes through 0, -2, and the slope is 3. Well, the neat thing here is that's your y-intercept. Anything that's 0 something is the y-intercept. So I'm looking for a line that has a y-intercept of -2 and a slope of 3. The equation of that line would be y equals 3x minus 2. The slope is 3, y-intercept's -2. I am done. Problem number 60, a little bit more difficult. They tell me it goes through the point -2, -5. Ooh, that's not a very good 5, -5, and has a slope of 3/4. Well, here's the slope. I don't know the y-intercept. It's not going through 0 anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this for an x and a y on the line and use y equals mx plus b. So I replace y with -5, the m is 3/4, the x is -2 plus b. -5 equals 3/4 times -2 would be, let's see, think, -3/2 plus b. Add 3/2 to both sides. -5 plus 3/2 is -7/2. So b is -7/2. So if the slope is 3/4 and the y-intercept is -7/2, the equation of the line is y equals 3/4 x minus 7/2. Number 65. Number 65, they tell me it goes through the point -5.1, that should be a negative, 1.8, and the slope is 5. So again, I know the slope, I don't know the y-intercept, so I'm going to use this for x and y. That becomes 1.8 equals 5 times -5.1 plus b. 5 times -5.1 is -25.5 plus b. Add 25.5 to both sides, and you get that b is equal to 27.3. So the equation of the line is y equals 5x, that's the m, plus 27.3. All right, that's 65. Number 70, they give me 2 points and they want me to find the equation of the line. So in 70, the only difference between 65 and 70 is they don't give me the slope. I've got to first find the slope. So the slope here would be 4 minus 4 over 6 minus -1, which is 0 over 7. The slope of this line is 0. Any line that has a slope that's 0 is always y equals. And what will y equal? Well, this is -1/4 and this is 6/4, so it looks like to me that y will equal 4. And that's the equation line for number 70. 75, I'm given the points 1, no, I didn't write that very good. I'm given the points, go back to the 10, 1, 0.6, and -2, -0.6. So on the top it's -0.6 minus 0.6, and on the bottom it's -2 minus 1. So on the top I get -1.2, on the bottom I get -3. When I divide I get 0.4 for my slope. Then I use one of these points, doesn't matter which one, for my x and my y. I'll use the first one. So I put 0.6 equals, this is my m, so mx, say y equals mx plus b. So I get 0.6 equals 0.4 plus b, subtract 0.4, and I get 0.2 is equal to b. So the equation of the line is y equals 0.4x plus 0.2. And I think they'll leave them as decimals in this problem because there's decimals in the points. If there had been fractions in the points, you'd probably want your answers to be fractions rather than decimals. All right, that's 75. 80 is another special case. It's 1.5 -2 and 1.5 0.2. And hopefully you notice you got the same number here, but on the top it'd be 0.2 minus -2, and on the bottom it'd be 1.5 minus 1.5. So I get 2.2 on the top and 0 on the bottom. So my slope here is undefined. Anytime the slope is undefined, it's going to be x equals something. So x equals, in this case, it's going to be 1.5. Alrighty, on to we're skipping 85. That's not one of the ones we're going to do. So on to number 90. Number 90, they want the slope-intercept form of the line that goes through the point 7/8, 3/4, and it is parallel and perpendicular to the line 5x plus 3y equals 0. I'm going to pause this for a second. Alright, I had it worked out on another screen, but it was just, thought it was too hard to follow, so I'm going to go ahead and solve it again. So the first thing I've got to do is I've got to figure out what is the slope of this line they want me to find a line parallel and perpendicular to. So I solve for y, and I get 3y equals negative 5x plus 0, or you can just put negative 5x. Divide everything by 3. This is y equals negative 5/3 x plus 0. The slope of this line is negative 5/3. So when I'm trying to find the equation of a line that's parallel to that, I'm going to use a slope of negative 5/3. I will use negative 5/3 for parallel. When I'm trying to do perpendicular, I need to flip that slope over and change the sign. That's called the opposite reciprocal. So it'd be a positive 3/5. Alright, so I'm going to use this point and this slope and write the equation. So I use y equals mx plus b. That's always important. Y equals mx plus b. And I get 3/4 equals negative 5/3 times 7/8 plus b. When you do negative 5/3 times 7/8, you get negative 35/24. Add 35/24 to both sides, and I get that b is equal to 3/4 plus 35/24, and I get 53/24. So the equation of the line that's parallel to the given line would be, and through this point would be y equals negative 5/3 x plus 53/24. Same process for perpendicular. I'm still going to use 7/8 and 3/4. The only difference is I'm going to use a slope of 3/5 rather than negative 5/3. So I put 3/4 equals 3/5 times 7/8 plus b. So that's 3/4 equals 3/5 times 7/8 is 21/40 plus b. Take 3/4 and subtract 21/40, and you get that b is equal to 9/40. So the equation of the perpendicular line would be y equals positive 3/5 x plus 9/40. Alright. Alright, I'm going to try to do 95 right quick before I pause this and do another video. Problem 95, they give me the point 2.56.8, and the line they want me to use is x minus y equals 4. So when you solve this to figure out what the slope is, you move the x to the other side. That'd be negative y equals negative x plus 4. Divide by negative 1, you get y equals x minus 4. The slope of this line is 1. There's not a number written here, but I can understand that it's going to be 1. So for parallel, I'm going to use a slope of 1 in this point they gave me. And then for perpendicular, I'm going to use the same point, 2.56.8, but I'm going to have a slope of negative 1. This will be the perpendicular one. This will be the parallel. So it's y equals mx. So this is my x, this is my y, plus b. So 6.8 equals 1 times 2.5, that's just 2.5, plus b. Subtract 2.5, you get 4.3 is equal to b. So the equation of the line parallel is y equals 1x, you don't have to write the 1, plus 4.3. And then for perpendicular, I put y equals mx plus b. So that's 6.8 equals negative 2.5 plus b. Add 2.5. I get 9.3 is equal to b. So the perpendicular line is going to be y equals negative x, negative 1x plus 9.3. And that's the perpendicular line. I'm going to pause this video and I will start again on number 100.